I request Thiru R. Anbarasu to give away the presidential address. Thiru R. Anbarasu is a popular member of the Parliament from Central Madras. He is a lawyer by profession, a noted writer, speaker, and a waiting in the wings cabinet member, a very helpful personality, and a very good friend of the Madras Educational Trust.
Honorable Dr. Misraji, Mrs. Levin, Consul General Butsky, Mrs. Sambat, and others of the IIES, friends from the diplomatic community, elders, ladies, and gentlemen. We are gathered here to celebrate the 50th anniversary of the founding of the United Nations. இரண்டாம் உலகப் போருக்கு பிறகு, after the Second World War, the different nations felt that there should be an establishment to prevent the war. So the object of the establishment of UNO is only to prevent the war and disarmament and to promote peace among the nations. Of course, during that period, there were power blocks. Superpowers were there. Now there are no superpowers. In fact, it is only USA which is the leading nations among the nations of the country, of the globe. Therefore, what I feel, we actually congratulate the activities and the organizer, the Secretary General of the UN Council for the various activities they have taken so far to promote peace and friendship in the world, to prevent war, to promote disarmament. But at the same time, you may remember that there is a veto power is available with USA. When there was an existence of power block, then there was the veto power was useful to achieve certain objects, to prevent the war. But now, I don't think any country is able to wage a war against another country. Therefore, the principle, the chart of demands of UNO, all should be revived due to the changing political scenario. It requires a thorough change in the chart of demands. As rightly our Prime Minister recently addressed, he said that the UNO should concentrate more on implementation of poverty alleviation program. Our Honorable Minister Dr. Misra, I think he will also emphasize on the implementation of poverty alleviation programs, not perhaps in USA, but in all the other developing countries. Our Honorable Dr. Misra is a very dynamic, learned, very experienced political leader. We are really happy to have him here on this occasion. So here I would like to emphasize once again, the UNO should not adopt a big brother attitude in controlling the other developing countries. Instead, the UNO should promote for a world government. The theory of Bertrand Russell, he dreamt on those days itself. He said, there should be a world government. And why our own Tamil poet said, Yadum ure yavarum kelir. All are brothers. All countries are my country. So this universal brotherhood, universal citizenship. So the UNO should evolve, it should move towards the establishment of a world government. Then only the poverty will be eradicated, The peace and tranquility will be established in different nations, and there will be friendly relationship with all the other countries. And in fact, the Security Council should be one of the chambers of the World Council. And the members, of course, now, there are about 185 members. In the last years alone, more than 20 new states have been admitted as members, courtesy the division of Yugoslavia and the Soviet Union. So, the member countries should increase day by day. And the representation in the Security Council should also be according to the population of the country. India forms 1/6 of the world population. And India could not become the member in the Security Council. When our Prime Minister demanded, all the other countries, they were all keeping quiet. They did not openly express. So there should be an open expression. Here also I appeal to the delegates. You start debating. You ventilate your views. What should be the functioning of the UNO at the changed political scenario now? In those days, the object was only to prevent war. In those days, it was only the object of disarmament. But now, you know how terrorism endangers the internal security of many countries. Why USA itself is promoting ill will among the Muslim countries. That's what it is said outside. The Arab nations all should come together. They should not fight with each other. The UNO, members of UNO should all sit together, evolve a common policy, evolve a common strategy, evolve a common code to control the other countries in the interest of peace and tranquility, in the interest of economic development, in the interest of disarmament, in the interest of containing terrorism, containing arms smuggling, containing drug trafficking. All these activities are more important. When they talk about human rights, when they talk about Kashmir problem, the same UNO did not discuss about the occupied Kashmir, the Azad Kashmir. Pakistan should immediately quit the place. Then only they have the right of talking, they have moral right of talking about Kashmir. What is the use of occupying our own territory and speaking something about Kashmir? And take Sri Lanka, terrorism, it's being promoted by Pakistan. Why? Indirectly, USA also supporting. So these things should all be debated. They should be discussed. That is what I feel. And see how Sri Lanka genocide, how human rights are affected there. And why can't USA, UNO send the peace force there? See, we have sent peace force, IPK. We have paid for it. We have lost our leader. So India did not want to interfere in the internal affairs of the Sri Lanka anymore. And especially I would like to say, the Tigers have become increasingly unreasonable and fascist. The killings of innocent Sinhala civilians further testifies to their desperation. Their leaders' mental health may be impaired, bringing so much misery to the every people he claims to represent. Not only that, in the last 2 weeks alone, hundreds of collaborators and many more innocent Tamil citizens are also killed, died in the savage war. That shows no respite for living peacefully in Sri Lanka. These things should be discussed. Whether the terrorism is being sponsored by the state or it sponsored by the individual or an organization, this should be properly discussed by UNO in the Security Council. They should evolve a formula how to contain this terrorism, how to stop drug trafficking, and how to stop arms smuggling. Therefore, these are all the important area where UNO can concentrate, and India should become a member in the Security Council. That's what our Prime Minister also said. When such a big a country which has given birth, Vivekananda advocated for the love and affection, a world without war. This was even preached by our Mahatma Gandhi. Therefore, our country is known for peace and tranquility. India has got proven record for working for global peace. And if such a country is not made a member in the Security Council, and then the purpose of having a Security Council is being defeated. Therefore, I appeal not only to the President of America, but also to the other nations. They should come forward. In fact, all countries should become members in that, so that then only the dream of veteran result, the dream of our famous Tamil poet, for the establishment of a world government to come together will become reality. Now, our government, our beloved Prime Minister has brought global trade changes, trade agreement taken place. What it amounts to? It's a telling example. For development of different countries, we make trade agreement with the different countries. It shows how we are coming closer. No more the world is large. We are coming closer and closer. Therefore, what we have to discuss, how to make UNO as a powerful body. And of course, USA can be a leading nation to control in the interest of providing a global peace and development among underdeveloped nations. And therefore, I congratulate Mr. Sambat, Mr. Kannan, and Professor Killi Valavan, and others who have taken so much of pains to organize this, and this will set the ball rolling in evolving a policy or sending a message to the government, message to the world nations, how effectively we can make the United Nations organization. And I really congratulate them again, and I thank them for having invited me to preside over the function. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.